In this Blender tutorial you will learn how to create 3 different types of low poly trees. Let's go. Select cube, go into edit mode, hit M and merge at center. Now we got a little dot. Let's go into front view mode, and now with holding Ctrl and right clicking I can quickly extrude the shape of the tree that I want to build. Very pretty. And look at it from different sides. I can just grab and move it along if you really want to. And E to extrude if you want some more. Okay, so this is already fine, just for tutorial's sake. And let's move it up a little bit. So you have some variety going. From front view, from side view. Okay, we got something going. Then select the points here. Go here to the modifier step. Let's add a modifier. And let's look for the skin modifier. Beautiful, right? Now, let's go here into wireframe mode. Select the top points. And to scale them down, you don't do it with S, but with Ctrl A. And scale them down until you have branches that you really like. And top branches, I like them scale them once again. With Ctrl A. And also Ctrl A. And then the bottom parts with Ctrl A. Until you're happy with the scaling and look at it from different sides. So this can be a base trunk if you want. Then back into object mode. Let's go back to normal view. Let's go with Shift A, add in a mesh and an icosphere. And let's have one subdivision so we can really go low poly. Back here in this view. Scale it down a bit. And then hit 3 numpads for this view, and then it should be aligned. Then Shift T, scale it down a bit, rotate it around. Ctrl 3 from different viewpoints. Oh, maybe this should be way bigger. Okay, and rotate it around so you have some variety going. Once again, let's repeat this process. Shift T, scale, rotate it around in different axes. Shift T, look from different sides. Once again, rotate that one. And one last time. Grab a G. So like this. And we have a basic tree going on. Okay, right now what we have to do is to select this one. And let's apply the modifier. Right here. Okay. And then we're going to color this one in. So go here into this viewport shading, select the trunk of the tree, go to materials, and let's add a new material here, and set the base color to something brownish that you like. And same here. Let's add the material for this. Let's add a green base color. Ctrl L to link those with link materials. So we have some variety going on here. And also a different green, maybe a bit darker right here. Okay, once again Ctrl L to link them with the materials. And then back here, select all of those, Ctrl J to join them. And right now this is one object. And if I have this one selected, now I can see all the materials. So let's say I change this one, they are linked. So you see it changes together. So maybe a little tad darker goes back here. And then with Shift T, for example. And rotate it in the Z-axis. We now can create a little forest like this. And this is how you can create low poly trees in this style with the skin modifier, just like this. Let's start out by deleting the default cube, then Shift A, mesh, and let's add in a cylinder. Less vertices to start off with a low poly tree like this. Then into edit mode, let's select the top part here with face select mode. Let's go here into front view. Then R to rotate, E to extrude, S to scale down. More like this. And once more should do the trick, and S to scale. So this can be the trunk of our tree. Then back in object mode, Shift A, mesh, and let's add in another cylinder. A little more high poly, maybe 16 is good for this. Then, okay. And then into edit mode. Let's S to scale this down, and GZ to grab this one down. From here, I to insert, and GZ to push it up a bit. Don't push it up too much, just a little bit. Okay, then L to select all the linked ones, and let's scale this up a bit. Okay. GZ to move it down, and make sure it's in here. Okay, great. Then you're back in object mode. You can Shift D, scale it a bit, rotate it around the Z-axis, and rotate it a bit like this. Okay. Then again, Shift D, scale it a bit down, rotate it around the Z-axis, or just rotate it freely more. Okay, let's repeat this process. Shift D, rotate Z-axis, scale it down a bit, but make sure you don't see the clipping you see here. So make sure nothing underneath is coming through. So if that happens, G to move. Okay. Then Shift T once more, Z-axis. And if you put it up a little bit higher, they have more room to scale it down. Okay. And then maybe one more time, Shift T, Z, rotate around the Z-axis, scale it down a bit. Now in edit mode, select top part here, E to extrude, scale it down, E to extrude, scale it down, or M to merge here at center. And then you can go back in object mode and you have a tree just like this, which may also be nice in the type of game that you want to create. And the last one is a funky tall tree. So once again, I like to start off with a cylinder. Let's halve these. And then go into, select the object, go into edit mode like here. Select the top part here with the faces selected. R to rotate. E to extrude. S to scale. R to rotate. E to extrude. S to scale. And just continue like I do here. Okay, so this can be the base of our tree. Then go back into object mode. Shift A, mesh, and this time an icosphere. And this is fine. And if this is an object somehow, you can hit H, grab this, hit G, then Alt H to unhide it, and there you have it. Then S to scale it up big time, place it in here, and look from different sides. GY to move it up like this, front view, maybe even top view. Okay, this can be the size of the thing. Then select it, go into edit mode, right click, you can subdivide, so you have more geometry to work with. Don't worry, it's still very low poly for a game engine, for example. And here's the magic, go to mesh, transform, and then you can randomize the thing. And you can see how much you want to warp it. Well, maybe not too much. Something like this should do wonders. And then play around with these values. And then, for example, this can be great. Back in object mode. Now we can play around with scaling and look from it farther away. S to scale, but you can also scale in the X, in the Y axis or the Z axis. And I think I'll really like this one. So in object mode, you can also Ctrl J if you're finished, and then Shift D and rotate those around. And you can create a forest like this. So here are some happy little trees just for you.